Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting tactical. We're diving into some really practical source material focused on Google Ads setup. Our mission, pretty straightforward: take control of that very first Google Ads campaign you're setting up. And maybe more importantly, save you some serious money before you even think about keywords.
That's absolutely the goal. Because look, for anyone new coming into Google Ads, the defaults,
Yeah.
they're set up to be easy, super easy.
Right.
But that ease, it comes at a cost, a pretty steep one actually, especially if you're a small business, tight budget. Those defaults can just burn through cash fast. You can easily waste hundreds, maybe thousands testing, frankly, bad traffic before you even figure out the basic setup was wrong from the start.
Yeah, and that's what we found in this guide. It really cuts through the theory.
Yeah.
So the promise here is we're going to give you 3 specific clicks, things that aren't obvious. And these 3 clicks, they act like defenses. They stop you from accidentally wasting a big chunk of your initial ad money. We're basically building what the source calls a protected campaign shell.
And that idea, the protected shell, that's everything, really. It's not just about clicking a few buttons.
Yeah.
It's about making smart structural choices right at the beginning, understanding why Google has these defaults, and crucially, how to get around them.
Yeah.
Well, that's the foundation for good advertising.
Fine sense.
Get this bit right, and
Yeah.
everything you do later, your strategy, your keywords, it's built on solid ground. Get it wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like running a marathon on sinking sand, as the source puts it.
Okay, let's dig into the actual interface then, because the moment you create a new Google Ads account, the system pushes you like really hard towards this easy button. They call it Smart Campaign or Smart Mode.
Yep.
And it feels like the right choice, doesn't it? It promises simplicity, automation.
It does. But our sources are really clear on this. That's the first big trap you need to avoid.
Okay.
What's interesting is that word smart. I mean, it's smart for Google, perhaps, but maybe not for you, the small business owner trying to make every dollar count. Smart mode is simple, yes, but it strips away nearly all the control you actually need to manage things effectively. The sources basically say it's optimized to spend your budget efficiently for Google within their system, not necessarily for your profitability.
So it spends money, but maybe not on the right things for me.
Exactly. If you want real ROI, precision targeting, smart mode is, well, it's an expensive detour.
Okay, trap identified. How do we get around it? The source points to one critical click, and it's easy to miss. When you see that big prompt for the Smart Campaign, you gotta ignore it. Scroll down, way down the page, past all the tempting boxes,
Keep scrolling.
and you'll find this tiny little blue link. It says switch to expert mode. That's the one.
And let's just emphasize that name, expert mode. Don't let it scare you. It doesn't mean you need an engineering degree. It means you're unlocking the settings the pros use, the settings you need to actually manage your budget and targeting properly. It's step 1, absolutely essential.
Okay, click the link. We're in expert mode. We've got control. But then, bam, another prompt. What's your campaign goal? Sales, leads, website traffic. Now, if my goal is leads, shouldn't I just tell Google that? Why would I pick no goal? Seems weird.
Yeah, that's a really good question. It feels counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of plays on your trust in the system. It is tempting to click leads if that's what you want. But here's the catch. If you select leads or sales or one of those preset goals, Google automatically starts applying certain features, certain bidding strategies, things it thinks are best based on that goal.
Ah, so it's applying its own template, its own assumption.
Precisely. Assumptions you might not want, especially when you're just starting and trying to control every variable.
So if we want total control, day 1, budget lockdown,
Yeah.
we skip the goal template.
That's the move. To keep that maximum control, you select the option that feels, well, the most confusing. Create a campaign without a goals guidance.
Okay.
Choosing no goal stops Google from injecting all that automation you haven't specifically asked for. It means you decide on bidding, you decide on optimization later, you stay in the driver's seat.
Got it. Expert mode on, no goal selected. And then finally, the basic campaign type. We stick with search, right?
Always start with search. Absolutely. That targets people actively typing keywords into Google search. People looking for your service right now.
They're the hot leads.
Exactly. Highest intent you can find. So search campaign it is.
Okay, so that gets us control. We're using the right interface. We haven't let Google automate things yet. Now, where does the budget start leaking out? You mentioned some checkboxes.
Right. Section 2. These 2 wasteful networks. We've got control, but the system still defaults to spending your money in places that, frankly, you probably don't want it spent initially. When you get to the network setting in the campaign setup flow, you'll see two boxes, and they are checked by default.
Sneaky defaults.
Oh, yeah. And this is insidious because it's just a simple checkbox. People click next, 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 assuming Google knows best. But these two boxes, they can drain a newbie's budget so fast because they push your ads way beyond those high-intent searchers on Google.com.
Okay, let's name them. What are these two budget drains we need to switch off immediately?
First one, include Google Search Partners. Second one, include Google Display Network. You need to uncheck both of those for a new search campaign.
Uncheck both.
Okay.
But what are they specifically? Why are they so bad for beginners?
Let's take the display network first. That's usually the biggest leak for a new campaign, especially for like local service businesses. This network puts your text ads on potentially millions of other websites, mobile apps, even YouTube sometimes, places all across the internet.
Right, so not Google.com search results.
Not the main search results page, no. And think about your own behavior online. If you're reading a news article or checking a recipe or playing a game on your phone, are you really in buy mode if an ad pops up?
Probably not. More like annoyed mode.
Yeah.
Or just distracted. If I type plumber near me into Google, I need a plumber. If I see a plumbing ad while reading sports scores, totally different mindset.
Exactly. The intent is just worlds apart. And the source material hammers this point. The quality of traffic from the display network for direct response is almost always way lower.
Lower quality, but you still pay for the click.
You still pay. So you get clicks, but they don't convert because the person wasn't really looking for you. They were just curious or maybe misclicked. We're talking potentially 20–30% of your daily budget just gone, evaporated on low-intent clicks.
Wow. Yeah, I remember hearing about a local business owner. They forgot to uncheck display for like a week. Blew their whole first month's test budget on clicks from random apps and blogs. Didn't get a single lead.
It happens all the time.
So the fix is simple but mandatory. Uncheck search partners. Uncheck display network. Keep it tight. We only want our ads showing on the main Google.com search results page where those people are actively searching, those hottest leads.
That's it. Laser focus. Okay, so that's two big structural fixes done. Now we get to the third piece of this protected shell, and this one. This is where local businesses especially make what the source calls the most heartbreakingly expensive mistake.
All right, I'm ready. What is it? Location targeting. The source actually says this is, and I quote, without a doubt the single most expensive mistake we see local businesses make. That's strong.
It is strong, and it's accurate. It happens when you're setting up where your ads should show. So you put in your service area, right? Let's use the example from the source.
Yeah.
A plumber in, say, Richmond Hill, Ontario.
Okay.
You type that. But then there's another little link you have to click. Again, easily missed. It's called location options. You have to click that.
Hidden options again. Okay, clicked it. What's the default trap here?
The default setting, the one that's already selected for you, is presence or interest. Now, that sounds reasonable, doesn't it? Presence or interest. It seems broad, maybe helpful.
Yeah, it sounds like it covers all bases. Why is that bad?
That little word interest, that's the budget killer right there.
Okay, explain.
Let's go back to our plumber in Richmond Hill, Ontario. With the default presence or interest setting checked, Google looks at searcher intent and history. So imagine someone sitting in, I don't know, Florida.
Okay.
And they're researching a possible trip to Canada, maybe looking at houses in Richmond Hill, reading news about the area. Google sees they have shown interest in Richmond Hill. So Google shows them the ad for the Richmond Hill plumber.
But the plumber can't go to Florida to fix a leak. That click cost money and it's completely useless.
Total waste of money.
Yeah.
Pure and simple. If you're a local pizza place, a dentist, a roofer, paying for clicks from someone researching your town from 3 states or even countries away.
Pointless.
And how much budget are we talking? It adds up fast. If you're targeting, say, a small 10-mile radius around your business, it may be just 15% of your clicks every day are coming from people who are only interested but not physically there. You could easily waste $500, maybe $1,000 a month, or more.
Wow.
Just gone. Before you've even generated a proper lead, you're literally paying to advertise to people you cannot possibly serve. It's a structural flaw bleeding cash.
Okay, so this is critical. What's the fix? The third, non-obvious, money-saving click.
You go into those location options, find that default setting, and you change the radio button immediately. You switch it from presence or interest to just presence. Lock it down.
Just presence.
Just presence. The benefit is immediate and guaranteed. budget protection. It ensures your ads are shown almost exclusively to people who are actually physically located in your target area
Yeah.
or who Google knows regularly are in that area.
Right, like commuters maybe, but they are physically there often.
Exactly. It cleans up your targeting massively,
Mm.
instantly improves the quality of the traffic you're paying for, and saves that chunk of budget that was just vanishing on irrelevant clicks from faraway places.
Okay, we've built it. We tackled the three big traps. We switched out of smart mode into expert mode. We turned off those wasteful display and search partner networks, and we locked down location targeting to presence only. That's our clean, protected campaign shell.
Pretty much. Just a couple of quick final settings to mention for that shell. You want to set your languages correctly, usually just English, that's your customer base, or add others if needed.
Makes sense.
And then, importantly for now, you can actually just scroll past the sections on budget and bidding. Those are crucial, yes, but they come after the structural foundation is solid.
Right.
Get the shell right first.
Right. Strategy comes after structure. So let's recap the achievement here. By following these steps, you, the listener, have now built that clean, protected campaign shell. You've proactively avoided the automated traps, sealed off the budget leaks from low-quality networks, and made sure you're only paying to reach people you can actually help. That's smart budgeting from the get-go.
It really is the difference maker. It's moving from just kind of hoping your campaign works to actively setting the conditions for it to succeed. These first choices, these three specific clicks we talked about, they decide if your whole effort is built on rock or on sand. You've basically shifted from being reactive to Google's defaults to taking a precise, structured approach to your spending.
Okay, solid foundation built. The shell is protected. But, a shell is just a container. It needs an engine. It needs a dashboard, something to make it go and measure how it's doing. And this leads us directly to what the source material calls the single most crucial sting you have to take before you spend your first dollar on actual live ads or keywords. And that is conversion tracking.
This is absolutely non-negotiable. If you think about the big picture, what's the point of having this perfectly structured, efficient campaign shell?
Yeah.
If you have zero idea which clicks actually turned into phone calls or form fills or sales, how do you know what's working?
You don't. And the source uses really strong words here. It says running ads without conversion tracking is, and I'm quoting again, the definition of gambling. It warns, you cannot skip this next step. The stakes are just too high.
They really are. Think of conversion tracking like the dashboard in your car. You need to see your speed, your fuel level. Here, you need to know which keywords drove a lead, which ads got the phone to ring, which clicks actually made you money.
Right.
Without that data, you're flying blind. You're just optimizing based on clicks, maybe, which is meaningless. You're throwing money at the wall hoping something sticks, but you don't know what stuck. You have no way to calculate your actual return on investment, your ROI.
So we've built the protection to stop wasting money up front. But the very next thing, the absolutely essential next step, is installing that measurement system, that tracking dashboard.
Exactly. Until you know precisely what's generating results, you can't make smart decisions about what to scale up, what keywords to invest more in, or, frankly, which parts of the campaign to just turn off because they aren't working. The shell is vital for protection, but the tracking is what turns it into a profit-generating machine instead of just a traffic-generating expense.